Hello everyone, welcome to Woodside, welcome to the Woodside School community. I am Dr. James Edmond, I am the principal here at Woodside, and first and foremost I want to thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come to Woodside and to work with all of our wonderful students here. Volunteering at a school, you make a huge difference on a daily basis, whether it's reading, writing, math. We really care about having you here, helping our kids, helping them become the best that they possibly can be. With working here at Woodside, it does come with perks. Obviously, there's smiles, there's hugs, there's laughs with the kids. We take our job very seriously here, but we also like to have fun. One of the serious things that we do take here at Woodside is confidentiality. And so what that means for you as a volunteer is you are obviously going to be part of a classroom community, an environment where you're going to see all types of learners. Learners who are excelling in many subject areas, some learners who are struggling academically. You're also going to see students who perhaps have some behavioral challenges as well. And so while you're here at Woodside, we ask that you please understand that what you really do here, what you learn here, has to stay here. It's a pretty simple message that we give, understanding that everybody here has the right to learn at their own pace, and everybody is a gradual learner. And so we hope that once you are here, you'll understand what a valuable and important place this is, and understand also that the information that you gather is not something that should be shared out in the community. So with that being said, once again, I want to thank you very much for giving of your time. We appreciate you, and we hope to see you around here very, very often.
Hi, I'm Pam Welter. I'm one of the building reading specialists here at Woodside, and I welcome the opportunity to talk to you about your important role as a volunteer here at Woodside School. I'm talking about the things that sometimes it's hard to do and not do in the classroom as a volunteer. The first one is sometimes it's hard not to sit next to your child because your child or your grandchild is so excited to have you in the room that sometimes they want you to sit by them the whole time. And what we want you to do is find a way to say hi, to acknowledge them, and then to let them know that your job there is to not only say hi to them, but your job is to talk to all the other kids in the room. Sometimes it's hard to interrupt children who are excited about what they're going to do at recess, or being student of the week, or a treat that they brought. But what we want you to do is we want you to take on the role of the teacher and bring them back to the task, to just redirect them and ask them what they should be working. So you might say, let's save that for later, show me what you should be doing, and redirect them. And it's okay to stop them from talking about some of those things and bringing them back to the task that they're to do. Sometimes it's hard to resist asking for information about children that you might just be wondering, what kind of learning problems does this child have? Or why is this child behaving in such a way? And please know that we will share enough information if you ask about children so that you can do your best to help that child succeed in the classroom and to do the tasks that they need to do. And yet, we'll only give you enough information so that we can still respect the confidentiality of that child. Please share what you see. Please share behavioral concerns. Please share learning struggles that children are having. Because please know we want to give you enough information so that you can help that child be successful and achieve those goals that they need to during center time. Sometimes it's hard when you're into volunteer to resist asking about how your child is doing. You want to know how are they doing and use it as an opportunity to have a conference. Please know that during a day we have much to do and to get ready for in the next lessons to teach, and there are better times to have a conference about your child's progress during conference nights. A phone conference, an email with a quick question, or to set up a time to talk specifically about your child's progress. During volunteer time is not a good time for that to happen. Sometimes it's hard to know that teachers would love to visit, but they can't. We have to do everything we can to keep learning first, and even though we might love to chat And there's so many things that we enjoy talking to parents about. We also have lessons to get ready, copies to be made. It may be the only moment in the day where we have a chance to quickly go use a restroom. So please know that as much as we'd like to chat, we're trying to keep learning first. Sometimes it's hard to remember to be specific with praise you give children. They understand good job might not mean a whole lot. But if you said to them, I noticed that you stretched out that word and you didn't look at me for help, that's specific praise that they could repeat that behavior again. Another example of specific praise, instead of saying good job, might be to say, I really like how you helped your partner and you didn't wait. Thanks for being a volunteer here at Woodside. We value the role that you play. We value the feedback you provide our students and us as teachers, and we really value the guidance and the direction that you give students whenever you're here. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Loriana Raymond Duvernell, and I'm a parent here at Woodside Elementary and also a former teacher. We'd just like to go through some of the goals that we have for the parent volunteers here at Woodside. When parents are working with students, what we'd like you to do is take the skills that are introduced in the classroom and work on them with the students so that they can build their independence with them. As you are moving around the room, you can just check in with students individually and then move on to each student as you're comfortable. We would like you to work in a quiet voice, we say a level 1 or 2, with the students because kids look to you as a role model for how they should be working. They should also be working in that quiet voice as well so they don't disturb others around them. As you're checking in with students, make sure to look closely at what the students are doing, and you can use some prompts to check in with them just to make sure that they're working on the skills they should be working on. Some ideas for prompts are, tell me what you are doing, show me what you are working on, or how did you figure that out? What are you working on, Zach?
Library detective.
And tell me what you're working on up here.
We're supposed to find 6 words that start begin with the letter W and put it in ABC order.
Where are you finding the words that you're writing on?
In Flag Guy and Best Book. Best Book.
Nice. So you just have one more word to find?
And it's what? But I already have one.
Oh, maybe you should find a different one then, I think. All right. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.
Did you notice she was right next to the student? She was at his level. She stayed briefly.
Beckett, how about you? What are you working on, bud?
I'm working on the same thing as him.
You have all of your 6 words?
Mm-hmm.
What's the next part that you have to work on?
This.
And what are you going to do there?
I need to put 6 words in ABC order.
How are you going to do that? Because I noticed all of them start with W.
And I need to find 6 more words.
Wow, let's take a look at the directions. It
I'll
says
put,
those.
but it says find 6 words that begin with the letter W. So I would need to put W.
Right, but I think you get to use these words down here because it says now put those 6 words. So I think you use these words down here. I don't think you have to find more words, just have to use those ones.
But that would be impossible to do because.
Oh. Because why?
Because they all start with W.
Well, let's look at the hint that you've got here. What does the hint
Look
say?
after. Oh, these. So
Aha.
A. So I put was first
Because why?
because it has the A second.
Sounds like you know what you're doing. Let me know if you have any questions.
Did you notice she asked him questions? She did not rescue him or tell him. She helped him problem solve.
Hi, I'm Lisa Hauser. I'm a parent here at Woodside, and I'm also an instructional para-educator. So sometimes you're going to get a child who wants to always get it correct or wants you to tell them how to read or write a word. So what do? You can say to them, "What do you hear?" "What else do you hear?" "Okay, keep going." Sometimes you're going to get the child who wants you to solve the problem for them. But the teachers don't want to see what you're doing. They don't want to see your work, they want to see the kids' work. So it's okay to let them struggle and make mistakes so that the teacher knows where this child needs help.
Can you please help me spell hamster, Mom?
Sure. What sounds do you hear?
H-A-M-C.
Is that right? Good.
T-E-R.
We'll write it and let's see.
T-E-R. Yes?
Well, you tell me. Stretch it out and see if that sounds right.
Yep.
Okay, good job.
Yay.
Did you notice she did not tell him? She let the student do the work.
How do you spell scary?
Well, how do you think you spell scary? Let's stretch it out, Zach. What sounds do you hear?
Scary.
Very good. Now read it back.
Scary.
Does that look right? Very good.
Did you notice the student spelled scary as scare? She didn't correct the error.
Hi, I'm Greg Winston. I'm one of the para-educators here at Woodside, and I'm also a parent of one of the students here at Woodside. One of the challenges we face in working with kids in center time is keeping them on task, and so we have to know when is the right time to redirect and be firm. Certainly the students will be very excited to see you, especially at the beginning of the school year when things are first starting up, and they'll have many stories to share with you. And while we do want you to get to know the students, one of the challenges is to redirect them from turning it into story time as opposed to center time. Another thing we look for in center time is make sure that you're paying attention to what the students are doing. There are students who will look very quiet and look busy, but we want to make sure they are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing in that center. And the teachers will provide you with a clipboard that tells you exactly what should be happening in each center, and that should help you in figuring out what they should be doing. Some of the prompts that we can use to help you achieve this are some prompts that you've heard earlier, and part of that's because we want you to be consistent in how you communicate with the students. But one prompt you can use is, tell me what you are doing. Another is, if they're stuck, what do you do next? And hopefully they, in answering your questions, will help themselves to know what to do next. Another one is, I'll be back in 5 minutes to see how far you are. Again, these prompts are designed to promote independence in our students.
What do you have to do? Can you tell me what you have to do?
What's the words in here?
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're making a sight word sandwich?
Did you notice she checked that the student was really doing the center work?
What are you working on? You forgot? Compound words. What do the compound words mean? What do you do with the compound words? Oh, so it's you put two words together and it makes one word, doesn't it? Good job. Let's see, Devaj, what are you making? What word are you making? What does this one say?
Rainbow.
Rainbow. Good job.
Did you notice the students looked busy but didn't know what to do? She asked a question and got them on task.
So what do you do when a child is helpless and dependent on you? Well, at first, make sure you watch from a distance. Allow them some time to struggle and figure it out on their own. Then when you do approach them, make sure you don't stay too long. You can do this by kneeling instead of sitting. The first thing you should ask them is, what have you tried? Once they tell you what they've tried, offer them strategies, the other strategies that they could try. Give them two choices. When they make their choice, say to them, okay, give it a try. I'll be back to check in. This will give you a chance to check in with other students and then come back to see what they've completed independently. Remember I said I was going to walk away and have you do two more?
Yeah, but we didn't. I saw one what we didn't see.
Okay. I want to see you guys do another one while I'm standing here, okay? Then I'm going to walk away and see if you can do it again. That's a tricky one. Why don't you try each of the sounds and see which one makes sense? It's Sonia's turn.
Sometimes it doesn't move.
That's okay. What does that one say, Sonia?
Fast.
Sass. Yeah, good job. All right, write it down on your board.
Did you notice she offered a strategy, not an answer? She gave them time to figure it out.
All right, so you've seen a number of great tips from parents and staff members here at Woodside that are definitely going to help you when you come into our classrooms and volunteer. I just want to remind you, this is a great experience. Have fun with these kids. That's the most important thing. They're going to be excited to see you, and whatever experiences you bring in are definitely going to help make these kids better. Let them struggle. Let them grow. I know it's I think it's human nature for us as adults and sometimes as parents to want to help a struggling reader or somebody who's having a hard time getting to the core of that answer. But let them struggle. They're going to grow from it. And in the end, they'll learn to persevere. And you're going to help us with our mission, which is to help create independent thinkers, people who can problem solve and really work through a number of the different challenges that they are going to experience academically and sometimes behaviorally here at Woodside. And one last reminder, confidentiality is a big thing here at Woodside. The things that you learn here typically stay here, so make sure that you keep that in mind as you exit our doors here at this school. And last but not least, when you do come to volunteer with us, make sure you bring your volunteer slip, your background information so that we can process that here with the district. So we look forward to seeing you in the future. Thanks again. Once again, welcome to Woodside.